Hello and welcome to day 5 of Headstand from Basics to Balancing. We have made it to balancing away from the wall. So if you've missed the other videos, there's a card up here. You can click and go back and watch those. But if you're just here to work on balancing away from the wall, here's what we're gonna do. Go to the wall, but don't set up all the way touching the wall like you normally would do. Instead, what we're gonna do is make a little bit of a marker. So you're gonna sit and you're gonna put the soles of your feet against the wall. And you're gonna mark roughly the distance of your lower leg, kind of like the thickest part of your calf. That point is about where you're gonna put your head when you go upside down. So you don't have to freak out. The wall is still there to catch you for balance, but you're moving your whole setup farther away from the wall. So pick that spot, swing your feet around, and then get set up for your foundation. Now, here's the thing, when we go upside down in this pose, because we're farther away from the wall, the tendency will be to form a little bit of a banana. We've worked on breaking that habit in previous videos, but we're gonna do something a little bit different here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go in and show you, and then you can try it with me the second time. So you start to walk in, however you like to get up, and yep, the wall is back there somewhere. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna bend your knees and put your tiptoes on the wall. You're gonna squeeze your inseams together and see if you can't get your knees to be right above your head. So we're bending the knees so that we don't have a banana shape to reach just the heels to the wall. Once you've got that with the knees squeezed together, you take one leg straight up in the air and see if you can't find that placement so that you can learn where in space does that leg need to be straight up above your head. And when you feel that you have it, notice how my knees are still together. You begin to lightly leave the wall with the opposite toes, and you can probably see that as I'm doing it. And when you do begin to leave the wall, you just very slowly move the lower leg, almost like you're doing a little can-can dance from the knee down. And you see if you can find the other foot in space. If you start to lose your balance and you fall backwards, you just put the toe or both feet back on the wall. So here it is again, squeeze the knees together, reach up through one leg, knees don't change, so the knees are touching. And then the other foot, the one that's on the wall, tiptoes, and you begin to straighten that leg straight up in the sky until the two feet can find each other and point all the way up in the air. Now you'll probably feel like you're wobbling a little bit if this is new for you, and that's okay. If you start to lose it, you just bring your feet back to the wall or down to the floor. So I'm going to take a moment in child's pose, and you're welcome to pause the video and give that a try. And we'll meet back in just a breath or two for me so that I can show you one more tip for those of you who are already balancing that will help you to go up with both legs at the same time. Now this pause, just as a reminder, I'm staying with my head down like this because you never want to sit straight up when you come out of headstand. Going up and down really quickly a bunch of times in and out of an inversion is kind of going to mess you up for the rest of the day and probably going to give you a headache. Okay, so one more tip for this video. When you go up with both legs at the same time, especially if you try to go up with your legs straight in like a pike, you have to move the center of your gravity, that's your hips, farther back than you think in order to leverage to lift the weight of the legs up. Okay, so I'm going to show you that with my legs straight. So you do it when you go up with both knees bent, but it's more extreme looking with the legs straight. So I'm going to show you that one. So I'm away from the wall quite a ways, and if you felt like you wanted support, you could still get closer to the wall than I am, but I know that I can balance, so I'm going to do it out here. So here's what I want you to see. When you begin to walk in, if you stop with your hips above your head, it's almost impossible to get your feet off the ground. But if you keep walking forward with your feet until your butt is behind your head, your feet will begin to get lighter on the ground. As you bring your legs up, you start to squeeze your butt and tail back forward to form that plumb line. Now you might want to teach yourself this on the descent instead of going up this way. So you would stick your butt out and back behind your head as you bring your feet down. Sometimes just pausing there halfway is a good way to learn where to be. And then again, when you come out, you want to make sure that you take a moment or 5 moments or a while to rest with your head down instead of going up and down a whole bunch of times. So I hope that those 2 tips will help you to learn one way to balance, to begin to get farther away from the wall. And the second thing, if you're starting to balance more strongly, to go up with both legs at the same time. Now I have a secret. Tomorrow there's a bonus video coming out with a full headstand practice. So come back for that and get all of these pieces together in one practice. Thanks so much for joining me, and have a good day.